Hello and welcome to the Wednesday afternoon podcast.
Hey.
I'm your host, Griffin, and this is my co-host, Kellen. How's it going?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Pretty
That's
good. So this is our first episode of our new podcast that we are
Making?
making.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
This has been the podcast, and we're done. Ha! Gotcha.
That's the end. It's a 30-second podcast.
Yeah. All right. So, Kellen, how's your day been?
Day's been good. Days has been
Good.
It's been good.
Yeah.
It's pretty boring, to be honest. School was school. Not the biggest fan of school, of course.
Yeah, me neither.
Don't dislike school. It's just not my cup of tea.
French class is good because I can sleep in it, but that's pretty much it. I've had a sub for a few days, and not my favorite person, but I mean, how can you resist $200 a day for subbing? Even if you don't do a good job, even if you don't engage the kids, and even if you just talk about stretching your groin, $200 a day, hard to resist. Yeah.
Kind of the same with like any job, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, pretty much.
you
Alrighty, it's time to talk about Johnny Test.
Johnny Test. Do you guys remember Johnny Test? It's
Yes.
a show early 2000s, I think.
Yep. Like
When I was
2000, around the time that Adventure Time. I was gonna say Stranger Things. No, Adventure Time. Around the time that Adventure Time came out.
I'm gonna Google it right now. When did Johnny Test come
I think
out?
it was in like 2010. Or like 2011, around that time. Let's see. What's that?
Johnny Test came
Oh,
out in
2005.
That is actually
I'm
the
wrong.
year we
Maybe.
were
Oh
born.
yeah, because there was these. I was watching a
September
video
17th,
about it, and there was 2
2005.
seasons made in America, that were really good, and the episodes had some good comedy. And then they shifted over to Teletoon, which is a very very high quality broadcasting station, and the quality of the show just kind of dropped. But that I
There's
remember watching
Canada
it all
for
the
ya.
time. Yeah, there's Canada, pretty much.
Don't worry, we're Canadian.
Yeah.
We're allowed to say that.
Yeah, we're allowed to diss the boys.
The boys.
The
in
the
hood.
boys over at Teletoon Production
Boys at Teletoon.
Studio,
Oh my goodness.
making those ads where it's like, coming up next, We Bear Bears, followed by We Bear Bears, and later Johnny Test. I hope some of you feel nostalgic about that, because that is a line that defined my childhood.
Coming up next on Teletoon.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
But like
Let's see. Can we find the Teletoon guy? You keep talking. I'm gonna Google this. I'm gonna see where
Alright,
who's the
so-
guy who voices like Teletoon itself.
my
The
mom.
voice of my childhood.
Yeah, I was watching an episode of Johnny Test, and it's the one where he like has a crush on a girl, and but he thinks her dad is like this super villain because he's got an eye patch and a cat. And then my mom's like heard him talking about how he has a girlfriend. I was about maybe 9 at the time, and shielding mothers. She was like, okay, this is inappropriate. You're not allowed to watch Teletoon anymore. So she completely banned me from Teletoon. Let's see.
Oh, Teletoon was originally like Canadian and French. So
No, it's always been Canadian French.
Oh.
That's just like PBS
Ah.
and Cookie Jar. Well,
Yeah, I
actually
didn't know it was
PBS
like-
has been American and Canadian, but yes.
I know that.
So
Let's see if we can-
yeah, that's been this segment of the podcast.
Podcast. That's yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah.
So here's our next topic.
It's time for new takes on remakes.
Yeah, new takes,
New takes
on
on
remakes.
remakes.
So what that means is basically
We're gonna talk about
we're
remakes.
gonna talk about remakes, specifically
Hollywood, they love 'em.
movie-wise. They can't live without them. They can't make money without them. It seems.
Yeah, they can't do anything new.
Uh,
I don't know where the old thinking machine is malfunctioned up there or what's going on, but they do not seem to want to pump out any original content. It's just
Everything is remakes, sequels, book adaptations.
not even any new reboots. It's just remakes, pretty much.
Aren't reboots and remakes the same thing?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, no, they're doing Ace Ventura: Pet Detective remade without Jimmy Carrey.
Jimmy
I'm gonna
Carrey.
call him Jimmy Carrey.
Jimmy Carrey now.
Without Jimmy Carrey.
Jimmy Carrey. James Carrey.
James Carrey.
That seems like a horrible idea.
Yeah, no.
Why? Like, it's like remaking.
It's like getting the nostalgia without the nostalgia.
It's like
trying to profit off. It's like
The Shining without Jack Nicholson.
yeah. It's like no. It's like The Shining without the hotel.
It's The Shining without the hotel. Exactly.
It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Yeah, you can get a guy to do it well, but you can't get a guy to
Jack Nicholson it
or Jim Carrey it.
or Jim Carrey.
Nobody is Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim
There is
Carrey's got mental issues. Nobody has mental issues.
Jim Carrey's fine. He's
Yeah,
just
Jim
kind
Carrey's a great
He's a
guy.
grandfather now.
There was a video I watched where he went and drove around with
Jerry Seinfeld.
with Jerry
Yeah,
Jerry
I've seen
Seinfeld,
that.
and when he gets out of his mansion, he just like climbs over the fence. It's quite
You
good.
can see when he's in the car, he's like got his legs up on the seat like a child.
Quite a man.
He's great. I love Jim Carrey.
There was
He's like still
he did a movie called The Man on the Moon. I haven't seen it personally, but to get in that role, because that guy that he's playing, that was his idol. I don't know his name, but he's like really famous. And for the entire shooting of the film, he stayed in that role. Like he didn't act like Jim Carrey, like the entire time they were filming. And then there's a Netflix, it's a Netflix original about it, but it's called Jim and Andy. And he's like, I forgot who I was when we were done filming. I'd been him so long. But he, like, really, really cool guy. And he did a lot of great stuff. My personal favorite was The Grinch.
The Grinch.
Was The Grinch from 2000?
Oh yeah.
Or was it 2001?
I'll Google it.
All right, yeah.
Again.
Do it. Yeah,
let's find
so I just think that remaking stuff is a very lazy cash grab, and it's gonna wear off very, very soon because they're getting lazier and lazier with what they come out with. Except for Marvel. Marvel's good at book adaptations, but like every other
2000.
oh yeah,
when
just
it- is
late
when the Grinch
2000,
came out.
November 2000.
Yeah, November 2000. They're remaking Child's Play, which, that seems.
Stupid because it's like it's like a 90s movie.
I think the original Child's Play is like late
70s?
80s
or late 80s. Yeah,
I think it's
no,
like late
yeah,
80s.
It's more modern. It's not like a
Yeah, but it's like the latest like Child's Play movie. Like it's been going on forever. The latest Child's Play movie came out in 2017.
so
And
why
instead of just making a sequel, because as far like
wasn't it
as-
the Cult of Chucky? Wasn't that? the
yeah,
Chucky?
Cult of Chucky. As far as I remember, that kind of left on a cliffhanger. Like you need to know what happens next. But no, they're just
No,
gonna.
you're just gonna see the first one
they're gonna-
again.
They're gonna remake it, and Chucky has bigger eyes this time. I don't know.
Thanks.
Thanks. That's what we've been looking for.
It's really improving my
is
experience
what
with the
we've-
movie.
That's that's what we needed.
Yeah. So that's really bad. Why you do that?
Yeah.
It makes me so mad.
DC seems to be picking up the. I mean, they've been dropping it in their movies, but with Titans, they've seemed to pick up the early 2000s trend of being dark and gritty, like the Daredevil movie. Daredevil. How we dare speak of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Dares.
Jeez, Kellen, hitting us with those fat puns. Really making a name for yourself
Oh
out
yeah,
here.
the pun master.
No,
Never
I've seen
call me
for Titans I've seen a bit of it, but from what I know, they're not trying to copy the source material whatsoever.
Which is
Yeah, it's okay.
you, know, you gotta respect them for taking
not messing. Like at
yeah.
least it's not like
taking it in a different
oh hey,
direction,
it's
being
Beast
original
Boy,
with it.
but he's Asian and he doesn't like to get naked, and he already had a crush on Raven, but and then hey, it's Starfire, but she's a grown woman and she's an African American, and she shoots fire from her hands instead of laser beams. Don't understand why they chose to do that. That's
Starfire.
yeah, guys, fire's in her name. But it's very gory, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, gory's always interesting.
And then there was a guy who had like wraps around his face. I don't know if he was called the Invisible Man or something.
Oh.
But he had like
I haven't actually seen it. So.
they get whatever his name is. They call him his name's like Garrett or something, or like but they call oh no, his name's Garfield.
Garfield.
The Beast Boy's name is Garfield, and they call him Gar, which is like the worst, the worst short name I've ever heard. Like
Just
the worst,
call him Beast Boy.
Yeah, they call him Gar, which is I cringed every time they said it. You know. But they get him from like an asylum, and there's like 3 different people there. There's a girl from the 20s, and the guy who worked at the asylum saved them all. But there's a girl from the 20s, and her power is to turn into a blob. There's a guy who's like made of metal. He was like a fighter, and then he got beat up like super bad, so he kind of rebuilt him. And then there's a guy who I guess has like enlightened by some power, so he's like covered in wraps, but he's got like glasses on anyways, or like it's like a visor sort of. So he looks really cool. I like the design, but I don't know what he was.
That kind of reminds me. DC Universe, DC's streaming service that they originally premiered Titans on before Netflix just said, "Hey, can we have that?"
They're like, "It's no one's buying our service, so what the
just
hell?"
like took it. But they're coming out with a show about Doom Patrol. Excuse me, and
what is that?
Doom Patrol. It's like an old DC Comics thing. I'm not super
okay.
familiar with it,
All
but there is a character in the Doom Patrol that has like the bandages around the face with the sunglasses, like the brown jacket, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So I
Did he have like was he like completely wrapped up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
what
can't
he
see a
was.
single bit of his face.
He wasn't like a mummy though. I don't know
Yeah.
what he was. But
It's
that's
like a cool biker mummy.
That's interesting. Alrighty.
Yeah.
This has been the end of new takes and remakes. Gamer time.
Now it's time for gamer time.
Gamer time.
Gamer
It's
time.
gamer time.
Gamer
Time to talk about
time.
gamers and games. And gamers gaming games.
Gamers,
That's how we
gaming
do it.
games. That's how we do it. Okay, so, it's just, like, what's new in video games, Griffin?
What games have you been playing actually?
I've been playing. I've been playing a whole bunch of Red Dead. Not so much lately because I've been swamped with homework. But that's gonna change.
I
in
don't
like
have
2
any
weeks.
homework because I'm
Wow.
in English. It's epic.
Yeah,
It's pretty
I'm in
great. Actually, I do.
I'm in that French immersion
I have science I should be doing right now, but I got more important things.
podcast.
I got 2 tests tomorrow. I got
Oh my goodness.
I got a math final and a science final, but it's all right. Okay, this is the most important thing right now.
This is the most important thing.
But I've actually been playing. It came out like mid 2018, but it's called Kingdom Come Deliverance, and it
Right,
is
yeah.
a very realistic depiction of what like 14th century English or European Bohemia would be like in medieval times.
Yeah.
So you're this kid, and then well, you're not a kid. You're like a young adult, like probably 20, and your dad's like this renowned blacksmith, and your village just like randomly gets killed by the king of like a neighboring country, and then it's kind of you escape the village, and like people survive because they go to the hold, or I don't know, it's like called the keep or something, and they escape in the night, but you make it to another village, and then it's kind of just like goes from there. You go back to bury your parents. This is kind of like near the start of the game, like probably an hour in. It's kind of I don't know, is it the epilogue? Is that the start?
Prologue is the
Oh,
start.
yeah, it's like the prologue. So you go back, and then this guy with a massive mace, like massive, like probably like...
Anime style mace.
Oh, yeah, actually. Like, I don't know how he carried it. Like, you could possibly... It's an actual weapon that was used in medieval times.
Really?
But he hammers you in the face, and then he steals your sword. But then
But you survive.
yeah, this guy named Sir Robard comes in on his
Sir
horse
Robard.
and slices his thugs. And then this girl who also survived the village, you save her from getting violated.
Violated.
Yeah. She takes you back to her uncle's house, who's like this. He's a miller. Like he does a grain mill.
worst
He
of
runs a grain mill, but he also is like a fence. So he like sells like
Oh.
stolen things,
Yeah.
and the first mission he gives you is to go dig up a grave and take a ring from a dead guy. But it's a really fun game. You could, I would say that the story probably is, like I haven't completed it, but the story's probably about 12 to even 15 hours long. Just the main story, and then there's like a massive map you can explore. So very good writing and stuff.
Yeah. I was there's rumors on the internet of the Batman Arkham series being revitalized in a new sequel made by I forgot what they're called.
Hello
Never mind.
Games.
Hello Games.
Hello Games.
It's WB Montreal, Warner Bros. Montreal. They made the Batman Arkham Origins game, which was considered to be the worst by most people, but it's a sequel to Arkham Origins and before Arkham Asylum. There's a rumor it's gonna be called Arkham Crisis. I don't know. It seems interesting. They're promising a lot. That's all I really have to say about it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
So
yeah.
I've been playing a lot of I've been anticipating Mortal Kombat 11 a lot because
That
the trailer
looks
looks freaking great. I like the deaths. I like the finger breaking. That was very gory.
Yeah.
Just I don't know if I'll pre-order because I pre-ordered Sea of Thieves, which was a mistake. The game kind of redeemed itself. It's got a lot of support from the devs, but just probably never gonna pre-order again. It's just a bad idea, even though you
Yeah.
get like Shao Kahn or whatever his name is.
Shao Kahn.
But that's been the end of this segment.
Indeed.
This was a good gamer time. Not gonna lie.
Good gamer time.
Gamer
Good
time. Gamer time. This
Gamer.
has been the gamer time. So that's been our show for today. Kellen, what'd you think?
We talked about some good stuff. We talked
about games. Talked about Johnny Test. Talked about remakes. That's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that
Wednesday is my favorite day.
Wednesday.
That's why we picked it.
It's a shame we had to do it on Schmur's Day.
Yeah. Well, you know, complications are complications.
You know, rain beetles just always dying. It's really a shame.
Japanese rain beetles. Are they Japanese?
Well, they live in Canada.
Well, but so do Japanese people.
Some Japanese people are in Canada. that's
So
true.
does that mean Canada's Japan?
Did they, like, did some of them like migrate?
Yes, they
Im-
did
immigrate
immigrate to
to
Canada.
to Canada, but like they had pet rain beetles,
Okay,
and
yes,
like all
'cause-
of them coincidentally let them go, and then those rain beetles bred, and now they
spread.
live here
For thousands of years.
thousands of years. Thousands?
It's gotta be the truth. We figured it out. Yeah, so,
Here in BuzzFeed debunked. Is that
mhm.
it? Is that no? It's BuzzFeed unsolved. No, that's never mind. My
it's
thing doesn't work.
BuzzFeed featuring,
Mythbusters.
it's BuzzFeed Blue featuring the Try Guys.
Because they have their own YouTube channel now.
They're truly, magnificent content creators. The Try Guys try $1 hot dog versus $300 hot dog. They have Asian guy, bland Asian guy, and bland white guy. The cameraman
There's
has
three
them.
bland white guys.
Oh, isn't there an Asian guy too?
Oh no, you're thinking of the what's it called? Worth It?
Oh yeah, Worth It. Oh
Yeah,
man.
Worth It.
The bland white guy and the bland Asian guy
And the camera guy who's
the-
like
the most interesting person.
he's the most interesting guy.
He doesn't even talk though.
We're just dissing
They're just like,
BuzzFeed
hey,
here.
hot dog $1? Huh? Hot dog $300?
Oh
Huh.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
They had classical music on their fancy hot dog.
Mhm.
Like doo-da-da on their fancy hot dog. It's exactly like that.
That's how it goes.
Indeed.
But
But yeah,
this has been our show.
this has been our show. Hope you
Enjoyed
enjoyed and
our
tune in.
beautiful background music.
Indeed.
You'll be hearing a lot of it
we
over
actually-
the course of this.
We wrote it ourselves.
Yes. So tell us what you think.
Yeah. So hope you tune in next Wednesday.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
It might come up on Schmur's Day. I'm sorry to say, but
Hopefully we can do it. Release it on Wednesday this time.
yeah,
But
because my co-host must go on the weekend, so we can't do any
indeed.
preparing for that. But we'll
have
have
to
something
prepare
special
during this.
for you guys on
Yeah.
on Wednesday next
Yeah.
week.
All right. Tune in
When's-
next Wednesday.
Which is that, the 8th?
The 8th?
When is it?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's the 6th, I think.
The 6th.
Or the 7th. I think it's this.
I don't have a calendar nearby.
All right. Well, whenever Wednesday is, that's when Wednesday is, and that's when you'll hear from us. See ya.
See ya.